Hello, dear friends. It is Dr. Sarah, and today I want to highlight one of my all-time favorite essential oils, Ylang Ylang. It's a sweet-smelling aromatic essence that's from the flower of the Cananga odorata tree, and it's known for its enticing scent and its harmonizing mind, body, and heart benefits. What I've done is I compiled all the details of things you would want to know about Ylang Ylang oil. And I think that based on its impressive benefits, you'll realize why it comes up a lot in my blogs and why it has a prominent place in my essential oil database. Topics that we're going to cover are its origins and background, the allure of ylang ylang for the perfume industry, the active compounds that are found in this essential oil, traditional and aromatic uses, clinical trials with ylang ylang, and this aspect of how it might impact your memory and not necessarily for the better that's been floating around the blogosphere. So I'll dive into that a little bit too. As always, all the links to the resources, the references, and the studies can be found in the accompanying blog. So let's get started. Let's start with the origins of ylang ylang oil. So ylang ylang is from a tall evergreen tree from the Anansiae family, and it reaches up to 100 feet tall. It has these drooping branches and these fragrant yellow flowers that fall from them, and they can be smelled from 30 feet away, they say. It's native to Indonesia. It's common in Southeast Asia, the Philippines, and Polynesia. I had the pleasure of actually being in the presence of the ylang ylang trees, and I can say it was aromatic from probably about 30 feet away. So they use the flowers for the distillation process because that's the most intense aroma, and they pick them at sunrise. The plant's odor is the strongest from dusk till dawn, so it kind of signifies a magnetism about this essential oil. Essential oils that are distracted are from the fresh ylang ylang flowers. They're used across different industries. So in the cosmetic industry, they're served as a key component in many perfumes and fragrances. They're used in the food industry for ingredients and aromas and flavors. And then in the pharmaceutical sector, the essential oils are incorporated as active compounds and in antibacterial products, as well as in aromatherapy. They're used there as well. There are two main species of ylang ylang. We have the Cananga odorata that I mentioned, and then the Cananga latifolia. They have a little bit of variations in their chemical makeups, and also their chemotypes, which are the constituents that are found that are predominant in these species. But basically, the constituents, even within the species, can vary based on these altering factors. The C. odorata has a variety of Fructiosara. So that's the different species with a different chemotype, and that's dwarf ylang ylang. And its variety is popularly grown in the Southeast Asia region. Its essential oils come from a small shrub with highly scented flowers that are often used in the perfume industry as well. So that's its origins. If we look at the allure of ylang ylang in general, I want to bring up Marilyn Monroe with you. So first of all, it has a citrusy scent, I would say, and it's long been a popular choice for an alluring feminine odor. The perfume industry has capitalized on this. In fact, it has classified ylang ylang into four grades. There's extra first, second, and third grade ylang ylang oil, and the extra quality is considered the highest quality. The most odoriferous molecules are present, such as linalool. This is considered the elite grade in the perfumery. And it appears that I'm in good company with the love of the smell of essential oil. It was deemed to be one of the three ingredients in Chanel No. 5, which is the well-known perfume of Marilyn Monroe and the preference of many other famous celebrities. But we know that ylang ylang is more than a beautiful aroma. It has many therapeutical properties based on its biochemical makeup. So that's where we'll head to next, the active compounds in ylang ylang oil. So according to the article of Journal of Experimental Biology, ylang ylan's most dominant constituent is the monoterpene linalool. We may recognize that from lavender essential oil. It's the calming aspect to this oil. The other major compounds within it belong to the category of sesquiterpenes. Combined, these compounds are calming, neuroprotective, and immune supporting. According to a research paper, the following compounds make up ylang ylang oil based on an oil from Madagascar. So they had volatile terpenes, benzenoid, and phenylpropanoid. The primary constituent again was the monoterpene linalool at 19%, two sesquiterpenes, beta-carpholine at 10.7%, germanosaphene D at 10.3%, and then 20% of other aromatic compounds that I will not try to pronounce, but that you can find in the accompanying article because I will not do well with the pronunciation. Not my strong suit. Okay, a 215 article in evidence-based complementary and alternative medicine also reported in more detail the complexity of the compounds in Ylang Ylang. They actually provided a chart with a breakdown based on oxygenated and hydrocarbon fractions of the oil. So it consisted of monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes, and then the aliphatic compounds, which are organic hydrocarbons. They aren't in a ring structure. The phenylpropanoids, which are organocompounds specifically from the amino acids of phenylalanine and tyrosine, and then nitrogen-bearing compounds. So for the chemistry nerds like me, those are the different compounds found in the essential oil. They'll have a little bit of different actions on their cellular function. Now, I mentioned before about chemotypes and variations among species and different factors. It's based on distillation, quality and purity, environmental conditions. All of these aspects determine what percentage of compounds will be found in Ylang Ylang essential oil. So every manufacturer, every Ylang Ylang bottle might have a little bit of variation of the compounds that can be found in it, as should be true of all good quality, pure essential oils that are not spiked with synthetics. If you missed my quality video with essential oil series, you might want to check that out if you want to learn more. As far as the traditional and aromatic uses of Ylang Ylang, again, the C. odorata has traditionally been used to address malaria, stomach ailments, asthma, gout, and rheumatism, which aren't common uses actually today in aromatherapy. Use it more for a remedy for mood, high blood pressure, anxiety. It's also been supportive for skin issues. Many people use it in their skin or hair care. Emotionally, Ylang Ylang is often used in blends to promote happiness, gratitude, and a feeling of self-worth. It's actually regarded as an aphrodisiac. And I've used Ylang Ylang in my practice a lot to support my clients' mood, calm their brain and bodies, and enhance their self-esteem. If we look at some of the mechanisms of the compounds in Ylang Ylang and how they calm the mind and body, Ylang Ylang has been shown to interact with the anti-inflammatory and pro-inflammatory response of the central nervous system to stress. So it affects the HP or the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis by decreasing glucocorticoid levels. So think of cortisol and other cortisones. It also impacts serotonin levels in the brain. So these are the biochemical properties that likely attribute to some of its relaxing effects. So we've looked at its origins, we looked at its allure, we looked at some of the traditional and aromatic uses as well as the biochemistry. Let's look at the clinical trials and how Ylang Ylang has been used in human trials. So mostly a lot of the trials have been focusing on blood pressure and heart health and lowering stress response. There was a study with 10 volunteers, very small study, but they compared the physiological impact of sniffing 3 different essential oils. There was tea tree, there was patchouli, and Ylang Ylang. When they measured the biological markers for Ylang Ylang specifically, they found a decreased pulse rate, a lowered blood pressure, a relaxing effect, a reduced stress index, and a lowered stress response in the brain. They measured this by increased alpha brain activity. Another study with 40 subjects actually didn't use inhalation. They used transdermal application, so on the skin. And Ylang Ylang was also reported to lower blood pressure and increase skin temperature, which is a sign of enhanced circulation. The subjective measures of relaxation and calmness also improved in the subjects. There was an interesting clinical trial with 29 men that also demonstrated that inhalation of Ylang Ylang decreased heart rate and lowered blood pressure. This was done for 20 minutes. What I found interesting is they did report that the linalool content was a little bit lower, 13.6, and other of the specific compounds found in Ylang Ylang were also present. What they did is they put 3 drops of Ylang Ylang in a pipette into warm water and a lamp to create an incense. And then they smelled the fragrance emitting from the lamp for 20 minutes. I thought this was interesting because they're heating an essential oil, and technically that's a no-no. But the presence of the active constituents must have been high enough with the linalool and the sesquiterpenes to produce these positive calming benefits. There was also another study where they reported on the harmonization of ylang ylang oil with, again, the soothing properties based on lowering blood pressure. And the subjects actually said they were more alert, not tired. So that's why they classified ylang ylang as a harmonizer. So I use Ylang Ylang as a vagal toner. So the part of the vagus nerve, it can be sympathetic, but mostly parasympathetic, to incorporate the rest and digest response with my clients to help them calm down. And also, we learned about how Ylang Ylang interacts with the central nervous system mechanistically. So this would be a good oil for people who are specifically experiencing symptoms related to stress of the nervous system. There is a kind of rumors floating around about ylang ylang negatively impacting memory. This is from a 144 subject trial where they found when they compared ylang ylang to peppermint oil that it did calm the nervous system down, but it also decreased memory. Now, again, I think it's related to the fact that people's perception will vary based on their nervous system response, the comparison of the two oils, how a person was feeling, if they felt really relaxed. So I tend to, if I'm going to do tasks that require a lot of brain power and I'm using Ylang Ylang, it does relax me. I will combine it with other essential oils that are more invigorating or put it in a blend at nighttime, or if I'm going somewhere where I don't have to have 100% brain power, Ylang Ylang all the way. For me, it's one of my go-to every day that I use topically. So if we summarize about Ylang Ylang oil, it is not just a lovely aromatic, high-profile scent in perfumes. It is an amazing and non-toxic scent that can calm the heart, it can calm the head, it can calm the whole body. It's been shown to support mood, blood pressure, nervous system tone, and certain skin issues. Its aroma can promote happiness and self-esteem. I do recommend it to a lot of my clients and in general for people where they're using essential oils safely and with intention to support their physical and environmental health and enhance their allure. I suggest inhaling it or applying it topically, again with dilution, and diffusing it. And there you go. That's a kind of a quick summary of Ylang Ylang essential oil. If you want to get more details, you can click on the link in the video description and get some of those resources and studies. And I hope you enjoyed learning more about one of my favorite essential oils. As always, I want to thank you for taking the time to learn how to nurture your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. It helps the information get out there, and it also makes YouTube pay attention and attract more people, which means maybe we can get some cool guests back on the channel. And I also want to bring your attention to some of the resources when you go to the accompanying article for my upcoming webinar on brain and mind-body transformation, and to subscribe to my newsletter so you never miss out on anything that I put out about the science and the mind-body benefits of essential oils in naturopathic and functional medicine. Have a wonderful day and take gentle care till then. Many blessings.